Hi there and welcome to We Are the Branley family with me, Adam, and this is the final word to Everton 0, Aston Villa 0 at the Hill Dickinson Stadium yesterday. And the final word to that is I thought that Everton looked like decent yesterday. Everton had the most opportunities and looked like they were going to win the game. Everton was the better side out of Villa yesterday, and to me the mentality was very strong. I was very pleased with the performance, but for me it is very disappointing that we never got all 3 points. But at the end of the day, Aston Villa are still a very, very good side, but at the end of the day I'm happy with the points. But at the end of the day I would have liked all 3 points, but I thought that we looked all right on the ball yesterday. We were winning the ball back dead high up the pitch, and I just thought that we really, really had a decent game as well yesterday. I was very, very pleased as well, and David Moyes was very pleased in his post-match reaction. I will play that in a minute as well. But I thought Everton looked like the team we were going to score more. We should have won. But at the end of the day, the final thirds, we need to work on much more, as I've said in previous videos. But we were the better side. The quality from Jack Grealish yesterday and Illiman and Jai was really, really amazing yesterday. And I tell you what, I thought we were decent. Let's see what Everton manager David Moyes has to say. Here's Everton manager David Moyes.
David, a dominant performance, another point which extends the unbeaten run. What are your feelings after that one?
I thought we played really well today. I thought our intensity, the way we kept at it, we never stepped back nearly all game. We had a period maybe 10 minutes into the second half where they had a little bit just after half time. But apart from that, I thought we had a really dominant type of performance, and I thought the players played really well today. We just probably didn't do the final bit, that was all.
When you look at the stats, some really positive ones, 20 shots on goal, 14 of those inside the penalty area. What does that say, and how positive is that for you to do that against a team who's been right up there in the past few years?
Well, look, we played against teams who've had lots of shots against us, and we don't talk about the stats, but today, it wasn't for me, it wasn't about the stats, it was about the performance and the attitude of the players, the attitude of the crowd. The crowd could tell that the players were at it right from the start, went after it, done everything we could to win the game from the first minute to the last minute, kept at it. So, if the stats say that, great, but I was more interested in how the players' attitude and how they all performed. They've done a great job.
You mentioned about the fans doing their part as well as we move into our new home, but you really did feel that connection today, didn't you? When the players gave everything, obviously the fans will always give them something in return.
Yeah, I think that there is a bigger growing connection, which, by the way, there always was. So players are going about their job brilliantly well. They'll be enjoying it much more as well. They'll be enjoying the way the crowd is supporting them greatly, and you're encouraging them. The drive to go and press more's a lot to do with how the crowd support you, and I thought today they've done a great job.
Yeah, totally agree with David Moyes, what he said. We did have the most shots and we did stick into the game, and that for me, that proves about Everton. It literally proves the ambitions, what the Friedkins want, and what Moyes wants from the players yesterday. And I tell you what, for me, huge credit indeed. Absolute huge credit. We were the better side. And I tell you what, the stats showed as well what we're all about as well. But it wasn't just the stats. And I just thought that we look like a decent team now who wants to score more goals week in, week out. And that for me is the brilliant bit, what David Moyes wants. But as I've said, it all comes down to the points on the day. The 3 points is all what matters, but Everton are improving. massively. And I thought the referee was absolute a gobshite. How on earth he was refereeing our game, I don't know. And for me, he was watching another game, because the amount of fouls given against us was absolute abysmal. He should never, ever, ever, Simon Cooper should never, ever referee a Premier League game again. Or if he does, not Everton's game, because he is out there with some of them. With Chris Cavani, with also Michael Oliver as well. Absolute rats as well. So for me, it's up there. But as I've said, for me, he should never ever be able to referee an Everton game ever again, because that was absolute shambolic yesterday by the referee. All free kicks we should have got, and a penalty, and it didn't even get checked. It just got wave play on. Absolute rats. And every time Villa pulls one of our shirts, they get a free kick. Well, it should be the other way around. It should be us, because they're the one who pulled us. And that. But anyways, the positives to take is that we are moving forwards. The mentality is very, very strong. We just need to work on the final thirds going forwards. But scoring the goals, you need to work on a bit more. And I'll tell you what, it's looking positive for Everton. It really is. And I'm proud that it is as well. Because I tell you what, it's been hard, hasn't it, Toffees? It certainly has. But the positives, again, we're working on. Let me know in the comments your thoughts. In the comments, Blues. As well, how you thought the game went. I personally think that we had the whole control. We did look the better side, without a shadow of a doubt. Without a shadow of a doubt, we were the best side. Like, no matter what, at all, we were. Listen to the amazing sounds. There she goes. There she goes again. Yeah. There she goes. There she goes again. And that as well. But without a shadow of a doubt, we were the better side. Like, arguably, we had the most shots on goal, 20 on goal. They only had 1 in that first half. So that just proves how amazing. Then Everton had loads in that second half as well. But let's just hope that we find a way. As well, because on the day it comes down to Everton. But I'll tell you what, I'm happy what I'm seeing on the pitch week in, week out so far. I feel like Everton's back, and that is what we want. We want to be screaming, Everton, Everton, rah, rah, wherever you may be. We are the famous EFC, fuck you one, wherever we are famous EFC, rah, rah, and all that. We want to be getting off our seats each game as well. But as I said, yeah, the mentality is strong as well, and that's what it comes down to, is the mentality. But yeah, very much decent performance by Everton. Do head to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Bye-bye. Up the toffees.